The AllMadeUp podcast is brought to you by airdrop.ai, the tool that allows you to generate passive income through using airdrops.
Airdrops?
No, airdrops.
But what are airdrops, Harry?
Airdrops are free incentives from cryptocurrencies which reward you for using and interacting with their application.
Right, so you're telling me I can set up a new revenue stream today?
Exactly that. If you go to airdrop.ai and sign up to the whitelist, you'll get invited to the private beta.
Well, I better go and do that.
And so should you at airdrop.ai. Sign up, make some money.
Do you know where Lewis is?
Yeah, he's probably signing up. At airdrop.ai.
It's all made up again.
Yeah.
It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
Hello and welcome to the All Made Up podcast with me, Harry Stachini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
Oh,
Did you like that? I slowed it down.
You know what? We've been doing it a year, and it's been solid, I would say, for 52 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be weird if we didn't start with it. You know, WTF, Mark Maron's podcast, he starts with the same thing and it's over 1,000 episodes. So,
Right,
you know.
before you said the Mark Maron bit, I thought you was just saying WTF. Imagine
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we did start with it. WTF.
Yeah, no.
I thought you just didn't want to swear.
Yeah.
F you.
Hey, I'll swear if I fucking want to. All right? Okay. Hello, everybody watching, listening. Thank you very much.
If you are watching, you'll see that Harry is on a different microphone today. We've tried something a little bit different.
Yeah, apparently I've got to work on my posture.
Yeah.
So I'm now fully erect.
And he was nothing but comfortable about it. Yeah. What about me back? What about me back?
Yeah. We're gonna figure out some sort of. I wanted a Madonna mic. That was like my request, but I didn't get it. So this is it. You know, commentary from the Hawthorns.
Well, maybe as a target for next year, for the next 12 months, is we get you a Madonna mic. Would you prefer wireless mics for this pod, do you reckon?
After last night's gig, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
What you would want a wireless mic.
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
so you can scrap or something?
Yeah, but I'd have a little receiver tucked into my back pocket.
Right, because we had a wireless mic last night and it didn't work. I think for the listeners and viewers, explain what we did last night, Harry.
Because
So-
I've not heard this either.
Yeah, Ben hasn't heard it. So,
Edinburgh preview.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I was doing an Edinburgh preview, 1 hour show, and Lewis was supporting me. It was in Sheffield, and I've done work for these people before. It's always like a setup, stage, lights, microphone, stand, soundproof room, a gig, effectively, right? And we drove to Sheffield. Lewis is like, "Have you heard of the venue?" I said, "No, it's called The Ball," right?
Yeah.
And last night they dropped it big
Yeah.
time. Right?
How long have you been working on that?
Just instantly.
Oh, I like
I think
that.
it
Did
might
you
be the
have
new
a-
mic stand.
Did you have a ball last night?
I didn't have a ball while I was
No,
there.
no, yeah.
No, yeah.
If anything, they ballsed up.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
2 for 2. But got there.
We were on the ball.
Yeah, we were to each other.
Yeah.
1,
Do you know
2.
what I was doing? I was balling at home because I wasn't invited.
Oh,
yeah, that's a, yeah.
That's
It's
2
not-
weeks on the bounce now, isn't
Yeah,
it,
it's,
Ben?
yeah, 2 weeks,
It's
yeah.
not a case of not being not invited. All right. For anyone listening, I've just touched Ben's arm.
It's okay,
Right?
it's not being invited. I just didn't want you to come.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't that. Basically,
We
right?
were balls to the wall.
we were balls to the wall.
I always put my balls on the wall.
Okay, let me get through this, please, right? Because people listening are probably thinking, what are you on about? So, we get to Sheffield. The place is called The Ball, right? I walk in. It is a busy pub with
Bounced in.
tellies.
We bounced in.
Yeah, we bounced. Fucking hell.
Bouncy ball.
Yeah, I get it, yeah.
Look at them lads jumping.
It's absolutely bouncing in there, right? And we get into the back function room, and like you can see, the curtains that we have in the studio that separate one side to the other, that was the exact same in the pub. The only difference with our curtains is the other side are objects which are silent.
Yeah.
And the other side of their curtains was a pub, right? So
yeah.
just full of people. And the guy was like, "Do you want to do a quick mic check?" I was like, "Yeah, perfect." Gives me a little radio mic. I went, "Have you got a wired one?" He said, "No, I've only got a radio." So I start talking into it, and immediately it's like, "Yeah, testing. What? 1, 2, testing. What?
Really?
Okay. Any other microphone? No, mate, it's the only one we've got. We use it for the pub quiz. It works great." And I was like, he was like, "But if you just don't move," and then I stood still testing it, like, "What? 1, 2, what? Have you got a stand?" He was like, "We've not
And he
got
was
a
like,
stand."
stop talking like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate, it was the guy that ran the gig was so apologetic to us, right?
Yeah.
And these people basically had paid for, it's like they get like a lucky dip of what event they're going to come to. But There must have been about 40 people there.
Yeah, 40 people. The audience, in fairness, were great, but definitely when we first arrived, when we first started, they thought this was a shit show.
I thought it was a shit show.
Yeah, we all did. So obviously, us performing thinking it's a shit show, the audience thinking it's a shit show, but after that first act, obviously I took the bullet. I took the brunt of it.
I went on and introduced Lewis, right?
Yeah,
and do you know how foreign it feels to be on stage, not holding a microphone, like what you do with your hands? At one point, mate, I was like this. We've got one act, right? We're going to have a good time. Felt like I was giving it's like a team talk. Like, you need to fucking tuck in, right?
I think you described it as a TED talk yesterday.
Yeah,
when you
it was,
there.
you're so expressive with your hands.
Yeah.
And I was like, trying to say to everyone in the room, I was like, I know this is shit, right? Like, there's curtains behind me, there's no mic.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot.
Music's on.
Yeah, it's
jukebox.
Yeah, there was
Was it really?
the kitchen was next to the gig, right? And food would come through, right? Like, so the guy was like, "Yeah, you might just see some plates going past." So I go on and do 10 at the top, probably about 8 to be honest. And I'm just like explaining the situation, going right. I'm going to do a preview, but Lewis is going to come up and do support, right? So Lewis, I introduced Lewis. And you go for the mic, don't you?
Yeah. I went for the mic because it's so natural to get it. And then I ended up giving it one of audience members for just say, you hold it, because otherwise I'm maybe reaching for it.
Yeah.
Because even when, like, sometimes the microphone, if a joke doesn't go well, it's sort of like, I don't know, feels like it helps you a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You've
can
got a
sort of
focus point.
Exactly. Whereas without it, honestly, hands were everywhere, weren't they? I came on stage, I went, "Hello, I'm Lewis Coleman," like that, as if I was like at AO Arena or something like that, arms aloft. I forgot to mention, by the way, at the end, at some point in your preview, you said, "Oh, you guys don't seem like a group who do cocaine," or something like that. Right, but when I first went into the pub, I went for a number 2. I went having a big turd, right, before the...
just in case people weren't clear.
And I've sat in toilets, and Anastasia, the artist, is like on jukebox.
She's in the cubicle next to you.
Well, I'm out of love, that's on.
Yeah.
And then there's a guy, obviously, I've not seen the guy, but he's obviously having a whiz, and he's going, "I'm out of love, set me free. Get this cocaine out for me." Seriously, it wasn't as in tune as what I was, but he was singing Anastasia, but to the sound of cocaine.
Yeah.
Obviously being unwrapped at the urinal.
Then Harry walked out.
Yeah. But when you were saying that, I was just thinking, I wonder which member at crowd it was, if any, because it might have been in just the pub side.
Well, the thing is, right, at the end, the gig, so Lewis goes on, does well, 15 minutes, and then I go and do the show, and it was a good show, right? It was a good night in the end. Like, strangely enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Promoted the pod, okay? I think we handed out about 10 cards.
Good.
And
That's because you were there, that.
if you are listening or watching from that night, you know what I mean? You're about to have your socks blown off. If this is the first episode you've listened to, this is dedicated to you.
yeah.
Okay?
To the ball.
To the ball. Yeah. To the windows, to the ball.
I know as soon as there's a pub's bouncing, I always like imagine like if that was like literal. Like if you walked to the pub and everyone was just going,
Yeah.
For the listener, Ben just bounced in his chair.
yeah, we'll put it out as a clip.
But that was the weekend, mate. It was
That was good.
We also did the pictures for your preview.
Yeah,
PR
which was funny.
yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, did you do it here?
We did it here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a few shirtless ones.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, mate.
You gonna put them out?
Probably.
Well, we'll get them printed and signed.
Yeah. If you sign up to the Patreon, you'll get the top half, and if you sign up to the top tier of the Patreon, you get the bottom half of the photo. Eh? How about that?
Yeah, if you stay for 12 months, I'll send you a whole body shot.
Nobody wants that, lads.
Yeah, they probably
Sounds
don't.
like a threat, that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll send you a full body shot.
Yeah, you pay for the top tier, you don't get any of it.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we won't send you naked pictures. Yeah.
But what did you do this weekend, Ben?
Well, apart from not being invited to play with my friends, I went to watch. I actually went to watch a classical music concert on Saturday. It was like Beethoven's Ninth or something that I watched. It was the only song I recognised was during the film Beethoven when he starts shaking his face like that, and they play that same classical music. You not seen the film Beethoven with them?
I've seen I can't recognise the.
What's the film about the dog?
Beethoven.
Yeah, the big dog. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
What's the song? Is it like?
There's no words. It was
Is it like a melody?
Yeah, it was. I'll figure it. I'll remember it. I'll come back to you.
There was a pause then for the listeners. There was a pause then, and Ben put his hand out as if he was going to conduct music. Did you see that? Yeah. He went 1 second.
Yeah.
Like,
just
I'm just getting key.
Yeah.
I'll remember the melody.
Okay.
I need to come back to it.
But yeah, you watched that.
I watched that. That was really nice. It was Melissa's sister was singing in it.
Oh, nice.
She's a professional I wouldn't say
Was she
opera
part
singer.
of it or just singing?
She's a classical singer.
Ah,
yeah,
right.
she's a professional classical singer.
Unreal.
Really, great voice. Better than mine. But everyone's got their own opinion. But no, and then I went to Heaton Park on Sunday.
Oh, it was hot this weekend,
Oh,
wasn't
I love it. I went to Animal Centre.
He's saying it's so simple then.
Yeah.
I went to Peter Pan. Yeah, it was hot, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hot.
Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it
I went to Eaton Park this weekend. It was hot, wasn't it?
no, I went there and then
Fuck off.
just relax. It was nice. Eaton Park's lovely because you can't see any of the city. Like it feels like you're actually like in nature, properly, without any sort of It's just all the kids going around going.
Harry, what did I say about nature when we was away on that trip?
Oh yeah, I would have known when I've been invited. I would have heard it firsthand.
Do you like being in the countryside?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Nice views, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Lewis, I'm sat looking at this, vista of just nature.
Yeah.
And I go, it's lovely, isn't it? And he goes, yeah, for a minute. And then it's just it's just the same. And then we were driving to the gig last night and he was like, what I'm looking at right now is pretty much the same as last week. And I was like, no, it's different. He was like, it's green, it's wild. I was like, he likes different things.
I think I'm sort of in the middle with you two, actually, because when you're like climbing a hill, like the views at the top. I was like, yeah, but same view all the way up.
Yeah.
I could just look back. The only hill I've ever climbed where I was like, actually, when you get to the top, it's stunning. Was Ben Ann in Scotland. It looks over like Loch Lomond, but you can't see it all the way up.
Yeah.
You can only see it at the top. And I get that, because then you've done... But when you're climbing up Snowdon, you're like, well, that's the same view I've seen all the way up.
Yeah, it's like, this is amazing. I'm like, is it?
I'm just tired.
Is it? It's just, it's hard work getting to the top. You get to the top, you look, you go, oh yeah, and then you just go back down. You know what I mean? It's the same as climbing. When you go climbing, indoor climbing, you climb to the top. Oh yeah, I'm here now. Go back down. You know what I mean?
But it's spending time with your friends, doing it with your friends, that's the fun bit.
Yeah.
I'd rather
We could do
playing
it, but
on
you'd probably
PlayStation
go without me. You'd be like, oh, Ben, we're at the top of Sunday, we meant to invite you. If you can get here in the next hour.
Imagine on PlayStation, all three of us online with headsets climbing up a virtual mountain together.
We do every Monday. It's called a podcast. We're climbing this virtual mountain every fucking week.
No,
and
I'll sit in the middle. I do like walking, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, there's no competitiveness with it, really, is there? There's nothing.
There is. It's in your head.
What? But I know I'm going to get to the top.
No, I'm not like that. It's like that when I'm running. I need to imagine I'm running behind somebody because I can't motivate myself. I'm just like
Running behind somebody.
Yeah, like
not having someone behind you.
No,
like you're giving chase.
Well, sometimes I think people think I'm chasing them because they're in front of me and I'm like running after them.
They go, "You chasing me?" No, they're in my mind.
Because in my head I'm like, I was trying to beat myself. It was because then I'm just a loser.
Do you say that as you're running as well? Yeah.
You're just a loser. You're just a loser. No, I sometimes see someone ahead of me running, and I'll try and catch them. But I understand how that could look like I'm trying to chase them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I do live near a student area, so it could get me in trouble sometimes. But I'm not chasing you. It's just for my mind.
That is a prompt in itself.
But I get what you're saying. But I also get what you're saying.
Speaking of prompts and stories, who have we got as our guest for this week on the podcast, Harry?
Our guest this week, everybody, is a good friend of the podcast, fantastic comedian, and her name is Harriet Dyer. You might have seen her on Ross Hour's Good News. She's been on Comedy Central. She's even written a book called The Bipolar Comedian. She is one of the most inventive comedians I have ever worked with and seen. I think we've all worked with Harriet.
Oh, yeah, she's one of my favourite comedians.
Yeah.
She makes me howl. She's hilarious. Yeah. So I'm thinking about chasing her. I'm like,
fucking hell.
Harriet on a stand-up night. Ben.
Stop it! You booked me. Yeah.
She's been on the Killer Comedy Night as well.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she's great. And she's just so different. So it would be, I think this is the one guest we've had where I'm like, I'm excited to see what's going to come out.
It could go anywhere.
Literally.
Yeah. Or nowhere.
That's funny.
Absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
We get
Just
no point.
an hour of silence from Harriet. Cheers.
I just howl every so often.
You give us an owl, Harry.
That was good, that.
Go on, Ben.
I know. I sometimes do it when I'm
Yours was
pissed.
good, actually.
If I'm like that, yeah.
You know what
You ever seen The Wedding Singer?
Yeah.
Do you know when he's falling off the step and he goes,
Right. Where were we driving to? and we were talking about films, and we were talking about what your hobbies are and things like that when you were kids, right? Where was we driving to?
I don't know.
We was driving to.
What is your hand doing there? You just
Putting it in the eye.
Where was the last place we drove together?
Sheffield.
No, before that, somewhere a bit.
Great Oakley.
Great Oakley.
Is that where you went in that lovely country house together? Yeah.
No. Great Oakley is where we did the gig in Northampton, and where obviously
Yeah.
we were making chat in the car. And we were talking about like what we used to do as like kids for like as a hobby.
Yeah.
And no, we were talking about films, and I was like, "What was your favourite film?" And Harry said, "I don't know what my favourite films are. I just really love dialogue."
Oh yeah.
Right. That's what he came out with.
What a loser.
Yeah, I was like, what are your like top 10 films? And he was like, I don't know about my top 10 films. I just love dialogue. And I went,
That is
what?
funny.
He went, yeah, I love dialogue. I went, so what's your favourite dialogue? And then he said,
I know what it says.
he went, of all the dialogue to choose, tell him what you said.
I just went. I went.
Have you ever? No,
Yeah,
say-
no.
yeah.
Right. I said, have you ever seen Wedding Crashers?
Yeah,
Right. And
What a start.
he was like, he burst out laughing. And it's because, have you ever seen it?
Yeah, of course,
Right.
yeah.
There was a scene in it when the mum opens a top, and I say it to myself probably about 4 times a day, just in my head. She opens the top and she goes, William doesn't give a shit about my tits. And it used to make me fucking howl as a
You know,
kid.
that's funny because I actually referenced that exact scene yesterday. I
To
was
who?
like, they were like, I was like, that's set my expectations for women in life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If when she's like, I'm not letting you leave until you touch them.
Yeah.
He goes,
You're like-
kitty cat.
Like, you probably will let me leave because I'll just barge past you. Like,
Yeah.
But what was so funny was, what is your top 10
yeah, out
films?
of all the.
I just love dialogue. And then of all the dialogue in the world to choose,
Wedding
he chose
Crashers.
Wedding Crashers in that particular
Wedding
line.
Crashers is so
No,
cool.
it's a good film, but it's not like Shawshank Redemption, is it? Like, it's not.
No. Wedding Crashers is wall-to-wall laughs, though. Very funny. But
Ball-to-ball laughs.
ball-to-ball laughs. And today's episode is going to be ball-to-ball laughs. Because this is going to be all made up with Harriet Dyer.
Enjoy.
It's all made up, baby.
And we're back, everybody, with the brilliant Harriet Dyer.
Hello. Do I just?
Just chill.
If you want to do a little reference to camera, that one's yours, though.
Oh, that makes more sense.
That would be a weird one. Yeah.
Can you imagine that? That's your camera, Harry.
Yeah.
That's ours.
Do you know what?
See that
I imagine from that angle, do you know when you're chatting to someone on like Zoom, right,
Yeah.
and a relative just comes in from me like, what the But yeah, how are you?
I'm very well. I was saying because on the way here it was I relived my driving test day, so that was a bit stressful. But other than that, I'm fine. Thank you. Are
Yeah.
you fine?
I'm all right. Yeah. We had a bit of a mental show, which I've obviously told you about. We spoke about it in the intro as well yesterday. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty sweet. Thank you very much.
What car was you driving in for Kenny's? Do you remember what it was?
Well, this is how you knew it was such a long time. He got through 4 different cars in the time I was learning with him. So first of all, there was a Honda Jazz.
Yeah.
Then there was a white Ford Fiesta. Then there was a blue Ford Fiesta. And then the creme de la creme. What was it? I think we went back to white. For one of them, I actually came to the car lot with him to choose his new car.
That's so funny.
Just for a bit of context for the listener, Kenny Mills, who is also a comedian, doesn't do much comedy anymore, if at all.
Yeah.
But how long ago was that, Harriet, that you met him to do that? It must have been a while ago.
So I must have met him I think he started teaching me because he said, I saw him at a gig. So I think I must have first met him in 2013 or something.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
But then learned, so then was friends with him at gigs, but then he was like, I'm going to become a driving instructor, and I think if I can teach you, I can teach anyone. And I said, I'm in. So then I would commute from Glossop, which is a far way. It's an hour in a car,
yeah.
let alone.
Yeah.
And then, but it worked. But I think only because everyone was everyone was sick of me because I was just there so much.
Past first time?
No.
No.
I
Do you know what?
get that from
Yeah,
that.
that was almost offended that you asked her. That, like, you know what I mean?
No.
How many?
7. But in my set, I say 13 for dramatical purposes. But in
Like a
real
seven's
life,
not enough, or-
very rude.
Okay. I don't drive, so I can't.
Coming in here with you.
Kenny Mills used to have a dead funny joke where remember the small top he used to wear?
No.
Did you ever see that? Where he used to lift up his top and he'd have a dead tiny t-shirt on underneath. Oh right,
I remember he used to dress up as Tina Turner.
Oh right, I've not seen him do that.
That was just in the green room. For
Yeah.
you, that was.
He's still doing that as an instructor.
It lives on the same estate as my mum and dad.
Really?
Yeah. I was Kenny seen him in
Do you think you
Tesco
need
the
comedy
other day.
to get people to do driving lessons?
Yeah.
Because they're like, if you want to progress, you need to drive, really.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
open mics, just. Wow,
He walks on
take
stage,
a
he goes, "Who's driving?" And whoever doesn't cheer, he goes,
Take a card.
"Yeah."
I love that.
But yeah, I was saying we did a gig, didn't we? In when was it? Just Jokes at the Oaks a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which you absolutely rocketed. But we all agreed in your intro that you are probably one of the most inventive people we've seen on stage.
Yeah, I said one of my favourite comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one else like you.
No, there
That's
isn't.
nice.
You make me howl every time I watch you. Like,
Aw,
and that's
thank
rare because
you.
normally I hate watching comedy.
Yeah, I've really gone off it.
Yeah. It's at the back.
I don't find anything funny anymore. Yeah, so that's nice. Well, I think I'm like, because when I was younger, I always was told I was weird, and then this is the one thing that you can actually just be yourself, and then I'm imaginative and not weird anymore, which is lovely,
It's
really.
amazing. It's so funny. Like I'd describe you as like, you know, when like you're on a road and you're like, I don't think this is the right way, and then you're going down it, and then you end up where you're supposed to be. That's how I describe it. You're like, you're a bit like, it all makes sense in the end. That's amazing. It's genius.
Yeah. It's not about the destination. It's
Yeah.
the journey.
It's about getting there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but that I do have problems with that with my writing, because I often, as I did that night, I'll think of like really funny bits, but then the payoff's never. It's always I find it really difficult to get.
Yeah.
Because after taking everyone down so many alleyways and turns and stuff, and then having a payoff, I find difficult.
Because the bit for the context of everyone listening, I'm not giving anything away here, but you did a bit about being in a gym, didn't you? But being in a pool, like a jacuzzi.
Oh, yeah.
But when you do it on stage, like I can't understand how you write things, because if anyone's ever watched you, you'd be thinking she's making this up on the spot.
It sounds so organic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But you obviously you must have to be going through like, right, I'm going to put this here and this there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but it's difficult because, especially back in the day, it would always be the reviews I got and stuff. I know we shouldn't pay attention to, but people would always say, "Oh, her off-the-cuff stuff's better than her written stuff." So I found it really difficult to because I can't just go on stage and not have anything planned.
especially for being paid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I was in 7, but it was off the cuff. Yeah. You'll be all right with that, won't you? Yeah. That's what you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, but what was the question?
I was saying, how do you go about putting it together? Like, because this is a writing podcast in a way. It's a story. You create something. Your stand-up looks like you've just gone, I'm going on stage and I'm going to talk about crab hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'll do I'll have a skeleton, and then I'll in my set I know which bits I want to say, and then if I go off, and then that's the good thing, isn't it, that you can go off and come back, but then with Edinburgh shows and stuff, when I'm writing an hour, I will write a full story, and then I will so then I'll have the story, and then I'll just recite it with lines, and then think of bits, and it's always the funniest bits, the ones I just think of when just talking lines, because that's what I did. I think Sophie Willen told me she did it like that. And then when I was doing my 2022 show, Trigger Warning, because it was a bit of a depressing subject, it was depressing me to do previews in places that were just oh god. So that's how I started doing it lines, and I think that's really good to do it like that, because you can't get all the previews all the time. So to just go over it. But then I do worry about it not because, for instance, this sounds like I'm clanging, but once I did this TV thing, and then they said they were on at me to rehearse because someone else had done it and had mucked up on the day and had to refilm it, and I was like, oh, like, that's just not like, but they were getting me to do it over and over and over and over again, and it was just not, because then I was losing bits and all that, and I was like, like, I promise I will not.
Was that Russell Howard?
Yeah. The person, they had a person that just forgot. It was only 5 minutes. So
you could do it off the cuff, couldn't you?
That was when you told the bicycle joke, right?
and the bill bit, and then But then I did I did loads of stuff I didn't plan there, and then they cut that out and that. But there was no way I was just gonna go and not do it.
Yeah.
But obviously they'd had a bad experience with someone doing that. But I think that's the thing. Like if I'm over rehearsed, I lose that.
But I've seen you in so many different rooms where, like,
of course.
But you're a safe pair of hands. But it looks like watching like Tamed Madness. In a way, you know what I mean? It's like,
that's a good description, I think.
But like no one's watching thinking, yeah, she's going to kill someone. But like how you're kind of presenting it and it's all coming out, it's like, yeah, this is magic. This is happening right now.
That's
you know
amazing.
what I mean? Yeah.
I think one of your favourite lines you tell is about, I remember laughing about this for days after you said it. When you went to the wrong shop with the name badge. I don't know if you still do that
the
bit.
TK Maxx.
TK Maxx,
Queen Latifah.
you thought you'd moved jobs. There's something about you thought you'd moved jobs, but you went.
Imagine if it's not your joke.
No, it was. It was off the cuff. It was probably about 2 years ago.
I think that was Danny Dyer.
Maybe something else. You were like, you turned up at the wrong shop with the name with your uniform on. And it was, and it was just this image of you like helping people at the shop not getting paid. It's so simple, but I was just like pissing myself for days.
But you're going to the Fringe this year, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
We
The
both
big
are.
year.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you performing at the Fringe?
The Passer House for Gilded Balloon.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to that.
You was up last year as well.
I only did a week last year.
Right, but you had the poster. Was it?
With the crab
yeah.
hands.
That got nominated for like an award or something. Didn't it?
Just a poster. The poster award. Do you know Amy? That's
Emily.
the My Old Height. Yeah, she did the design. So she's doing my poster this year. Because loads of comedians have the same. They always have the similar posters because similar designers do the posters. And I thought... I have to say to Lewis about this. I like illustrations as opposed to, you know what I mean? But then you get told you should need a photo of yourself. It's like, but they can... I love illustrations.
Yeah, it's just different, isn't it? It's something a bit
They can
different.
see when I'm there, can't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like Richard Todd. Have you seen him? He went through a stage of doing everything. So he did Fern Brady's early stuff, Peter Brush's, and his really intricate illustrated like black and white ones. They're really good. But then it got to the point, because I think he did Harriet Kemsley's as well, and then it just got to a point where it was just like everyone.
We've seen it.
Well,
Yeah.
Got to reinvent
And
the
are you
poster.
there for 4 weeks this time?
Yeah, I felt a bit out of the loop just doing a week last time. I whinge. It's like an abusive relationship. I whinge when I'm doing it, then I'm never again. And then I'm like, well, maybe I'll just do.
Maybe
a
I miss
little-
it.
Yeah, exactly. And then last year, when I felt like, because I'm really good friends with Louise Young and Lindsay, and when they were just having a lovely time, I was like, well,
I saw Lindsay Santoro.
Yeah.
Who she won it last year in Newcomer, didn't she?
Yeah, she got nominated. Yeah.
She nominated. That was it. Yeah. Who won it last year? I can't.
I think it was me.
Oh, a girl.
Is it Tiernan?
A girl. I don't know.
No,
I can't remember. But I saw Lindsay and she was there with her husband and a baby. And Lindsay's like so sound.
Yeah.
But you used to do a podcast as well, didn't you? With Louise.
The Biggest Idiot with Lindsay and John.
I thought, did you not do one with Louise?
Yeah, it was just me and Louise. Oh God, I like a podcast, bloody. Dabbling everywhere.
Yeah.
But me and Louise are diving. We can't sync each other. We find it really hard to sync, and then and also we think we need someone to bloody produce it. We're just terrible at all the behind the scenes stuff. We're terrible at it.
Awful, isn't it, Lou?
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot. The thing is, it's a lot of work what people don't
much
see,
work.
and it's sort of like obviously when you get appreciated for it, it helps. But you know,
exactly. When you're just trying and then you're not. Oh, yeah.
That's why.
150% of this appreciate Lewis. Just let you know that.
That's why I gave him my mic today. You know what I mean? There's your appreciation, pal. But yeah, I saw clips of it. I thought, you know, what's happened? But you've on pause for the time being.
Oh, yeah. Because I want to do it. And then because I stopped because I had a place, and I was talking to you about it, in Oldham, that was like this old school that Mick Ferry, Rob Riley, Saran Jones and Jane Horrocks went to drama school there in Oldham.
Wow.
And it was like, but the guy that owned it was a shyster, and there was like, people were growing weed in the building, and then it got shut down. Then he was a legal illegally siphoning electricity from the grid, and then there was a then we had to have a generator for a bit, and every time I put the kettle on, it would all shut it all down, and then I'd have to go outside, switch the thing on, and then you'd get like an electric shock.
Jesus Christ, yeah, all that for a brew.
Yeah.
It's not worth it, is it? You know.
I'll just have a glass of water. It's all right.
The whole thing was just... And then the final straw, because this has gone on for a long time, the final straw was someone had shat it on the floor in the toilets, and then I messaged the landlord, and he said, "How do I know you haven't done it?" I said,
Yeah.
That's the second time people have accused me of shitting.
Hey mate, someone's shit on the floor. Actually, it was me.
How do I? Yeah, exactly. Why would I have messaged if it was me?
On the topic of toilets, right? Before I came down to get you, I quickly nipped into a loo, right? And as I went to go in, they're like there's small cubicles here, right? And it's, you know, anyone for everyone can go in them. So I went to go walk in, and there was a young boy in a cloak with like a wand in his hand, right? And both the doors were shut. And I walk in.
Call your dad.
I walked in and I went, "Oh, I'll go downstairs." And he pointed with his wand at the door and went, "This one is free." And I swear to God, and I just was like, I'm going to mention that on the podcast. I went downstairs, used the loo, washed my hands, then met you, and I've not seen this wizard since. But to see a little boy point at the door and go, "This one is free," I was like, cool.
Do you think he's got a lot of mates?
I think he's about 9, but I couldn't understand. I was like, I don't know what he's doing in the mill.
I appreciate his wizard voice, though.
Yeah. I probably delivered it better than he did, but you know what I mean.
Imagine he is actually a wizard.
Yeah.
And we've just look at this loser. We're outside, we all get turned to frogs.
But yeah, I just was like, that is a little memory there. But should we get into this, do you reckon?
Yeah. Maybe we have a wizard of our own in this story.
Oh,
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
So this is going to be Homemade Up with Harriet Dyer.
Just a little bit.
Harriet,
Yes.
welcome to the All Made Up podcast. You are here in the writers' room with us. You are head writer for today. We are your assistants, and we're gonna be creating a story together. Okay, in front of you, you've got a few pots: a red one, a green one, and a yellow one. Green one's going to be our starting sentence. Red one's our ending sentence, and the yellow ones are just little curveballs, swerve balls in between. It's end of story in a different direction.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, Harriet.
Yeah.
We're going to create a character together. Yeah. So what would you like your character's name for today to be?
Crusher.
Oh.
That's solid, isn't it? With a C?
Yeah.
And is that his full name or is that a nickname?
Full name. This is because in an age where things need to be gender neutral, that was always mine. If ever I were to have a baby,
Crusher.
Crusher.
Yeah.
I call everything Crusher. It started when we went
Robot
laser
walls.
quasar.
All right.
Laser
Matilda.
quasar. As a fam. Oh, I watched that the other day.
great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hang on. So you went Laser Quest as a family.
Yeah, and then I didn't know, like bowling where you have to put the names on. I didn't know it was normal, his actual names. And there's over all the families like Mark, John, and then everyone Crusher. And the mum was like, "Oh God, Harriet, have you picked Crusher?" So then that's been ever since then. My first car was called Crusher.
That's amazing. How old were you when you went Laser Quest with your family?
Oh, probably. So my brother was alive, so I mean, he is alive still, but he was born as it meant. So I think, and he was old enough to quasar laser, so maybe I was about 12.
All right. Okay.
Do you say like, "Oh, I'm going to Quasar," or "I'm going to Quest," or
Laser Quest?
You said Laser Quest fully.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I was just wondering.
I once did that at bowling. We put the name on, and I was bowling with my ex-girlfriend, and she had to go.
Threw it down the galley.
I for like a joke, I called her Big Tits, and it was up there. But my girlfriend had to go to work, and
So you played as her?
No. But so we had two.
Oh, he said. So you played as her.
No, it gets worse than
Not
that.
nice, is it? Misogyny.
Yeah. Listen, can I tell this story?
Yeah,
What?
go on.
Right,
Go on, sorry,
okay,
man.
I'm sick to death of you all interrupting me. No, so then she had to go to work, but then my little sister came. We had 2 more games left. So there was like a 12-year-old girl, and I was playing bowling with her. All people saw was Big Tits and Ben. Everyone's walking past going, disgusting that.
Don't worry, she's my sister.
Yeah. I was like, it's my girlfriend. They were like, your girlfriend, you sicko. She's 12.
She was here. She's
no.
gone. You don't know her. She went to a different school.
Right. Okay. So
Anyway,
back to the
I
story.
saw that.
We've got Crusher. That's the name of our character.
Yeah.
And how old is Crusher?
8.
So Crusher is 8 years old.
Okay. Boy, girl, or we just
Gender.
what we saying? Gender
So
neutral.
gender neutral. didn't
Gender neutral,
Okay,
yeah.
right. Sweet.
But has to wear a cape.
Okay. I think I might have met this lad. Right. Okay. This one is
Does
free.
Crusher have a second name?
Yeah. Well, I need to think of it.
It's all right.
Crusher. Very much so.
Crusher very much so.
Right. Okay.
I like this already. Yeah.
And 8-year-old. Where do they live in the UK, or do they not live in the UK?
Or, yeah, they live in Skegness.
What a shithole.
Skeggy.
Have you ever been Skegness?
Have I been to Skegness? Have I gigged with you in Skegness?
Did we do the Butlins gig in Skegness?
No, I've got one of
We've
them
done that
soon.
one,
Is
Well,
it
we
terrible?
did Butlins Skegness.
Yeah.
That
Is
was,
it terrible?
No, actually,
it's-
Joe, it was actually nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
That
just
one wasn't. I can't speak for all of them, but
just a bit of a.
Here, start. I've never done the ones in the holiday.
no,
Yeah.
they're nice because
Places.
it's not that holiday part. It's like, I know it sounds worse. It's stag do's and hen do's, but like it's a different type.
It's
of
the adult
people.
weekender.
Adult weekend.
You know what I mean?
Different
So
type of
Okay.
person there.
I did it one time. There was like 3 Buzz Lightyears on the front row. And you're like, well, this is it. Comedy.
You crushed it. You crushed it. Last time.
Yeah, like Crusher.
Crusher.
Yeah.
Right, so Crusher, Skeggy, 8 years old. What? Who are they living with? Parents? Single parent? Are they orphaned?
Rabbits.
They're
So
living
they're
with-
raised by
They
rabbits.
live in a burrow.
Yeah.
Is that what rabbits live in? What's it
think so.
called?
Warren.
A warren, that's it. Not
Right.
a burrow. A warren.
What was in the borough?
Yeah. They burrow into the warren.
Yeah. Always burrowing rabbits. But they live in a warren.
Never give it back. Never give it back, do they?
No, they're giving it to each other, though.
I always feel bad. I saw a rabbit on Saturday on the hard shoulder, and because the roads are just in the middle of there.
Looking for a lift.
Yeah. No, it was just like it clearly come out of a hedge and was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
With the
Is there a
cars
bridge?
My
around-
ex-girlfriend of mine used to have rabbits, and she brought them to the flat, and I was like so against it, and they would absolutely knock the shit out of each other. But like you did the door rattling the other side of the wall, and you go out, and then they'd be like,
yeah.
nice. And then this, we basically got sold to a young girl who come with her mum, and she was like, "What are they like?" We're like, "Yeah, they're really nice." Just holding them off for each other. But yeah, they're very active.
Okay, so we've got Crusher, raised by rabbits or raised by humans, and now is like living with rabbits. Like, let's have a bit of backstory about
Okay,
them.
raised by rabbits. He, like Moses, when
You mean Mowgli?
no Moses.
Oh, okay,
when,
right. Okay.
When
Just thought I'd save you just
when
in case.
Crusher was I see what you mean, but
Yeah.
no, when Crusher was born, their mother panicked and put them in a basket, floated them down a stream
Right.
like Moses.
Right.
Okay, you know,
And then that's when the rabbits got their arms and scooped them in
Right.
from the river.
From the
Okay,
reeds.
and so when Crusher was a baby, that's when that happened. So they've never met the parents.
No.
Right, okay. I like that.
Yeah. Can I just get what year is this? Is it the future? Is it now?
And is there never any right or wrong answers?
It's all made up.
Just roll with it.
Do you know what I mean? How fun is it?
How? What?
Fun.
I want to make a clip. Is it fun?
Yeah.
Right, so, okay.
It's all right. If you
So,
like that sort of
go on. So, what was it you asked?
What year? What year is it?
Oh yeah, 14. No, because they're
thing.
gonna
Can
have
do that if you want.
Kate. Yeah, but then like, logistically that won't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think gender neutral was a big thing in the 14th century.
No.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're either a lord or a lady.
1999.
Right,
Good year.
okay, 99, yeah. Any songs, 1999, any famous ones coming to your head? Late
no,
90s?
we actually spoke
Are
about
you
this.
joking?
No.
No, like, what was the iconic song?
no, actually-
1999.
No, we actually.
The song 1999.
What, by Prince?
Oh, no, it's-
Yeah.
All right, did that come out in 99?
Yeah.
Oh no, it didn't.
Isn't it
No,
1989? We're
Because it
gonna-
was so in the future.
Yeah, I
when
know. I know. It came out in 1999.
Right, go on. I'm Blue.
We actually. Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah,
Living a Vida Loca.
nice.
That came out.
Really?
Because I got asked it the other day what songs came out in 1999, and I googled it, and then the only two I remember.
Okay, so Living the Vida Loca and I'm Blue.
Yeah, just a bit of a reference
I'm
point
Blue.
for us to sort of throw us back to
Yeah.
that time.
Otherwise, the story had gone to shit if I didn't know them two absolute belters.
I think Keep On Moving by Five came out in 99 as well.
Let's keep the story moving.
Yeah.
Right, so that is a tune. Right, so 1999 and 8-year-old. What do they do day to day? Because I imagine they've got to be in school.
No, the rabbits The rabbits homeschool them in the warren.
Okay, so can the rabbits talk?
Yes.
Okay, right, yeah. That's
What a silly question.
You're right, I'm the idiot.
Harry, just get close to the
Sorry.
mic. You just
They
can't hear.
speak their own. They speak their own language.
Right, okay, so, but if we was watching it as a film, it's like we can very much understand what it is that they are saying.
yeah.
So they're getting
Yeah.
raised, they're in rabbit school, like what sort of lessons are they getting taught?
Like carrot gnawing.
Carrot gnawing,
Stuff
yeah.
like that, or
Does, in very much like Elf, does Crusher think that they are a rabbit or not?
I think that's a great analogy, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're much bigger, aren't they? But we've got to.
Like,
This is
but
the
they behave, did they behave like a rabbit or did they behave like a human knowing that they're ultimately not a rabbit? I think that's important.
yeah. Well, when they're about 8, they'll probably be a bit like, oh, I'm starting to get a bad back.
Oh yeah, and they're on hind legs.
Yeah.
They think they're a rabbit.
They think they're a rabbit, right?
Yeah.
They think they're a rabbit. Okay, right, yeah.
Okay. I've just thrown it out there just as like we've obviously not started the story yet, but
We haven't started.
I know. Yeah, we're fleshing out this character. I'm just saying, if I was like not 1999 and I'm an 8-year-old person not living in a warren, and I stumbled across another 8-year-old that was convinced we were a rabbit, you know what I mean? I'd be a bit like, people need to hear about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
But is it one of them where it's like almost, like this community of rabbits, they
Sheltered him.
Crusher hasn't actually seen the civilized world yet because they've been
like
living.
stick in the dump.
Because
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
in Skegness.
'Cause they're in
so
Skeg-
it's not civilised.
Yeah, exactly.
Even below ground.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think that Crusher hasn't seen society properly yet. They're just maybe on the cusp of thinking, am I a rabbit, maybe?
You'd be having chats with the other rabbits going, look, he's going to get bigger, right? And this warren, he's not going to be big enough for us all. So in time, something's going to have to give. You know what I mean?
Eating too much. You know what I mean? Maybe the rabbits want Crusher out because
Or maybe they're just not full from eating like.
that's what we drain on
nuts and
resources.
berries.
Yeah.
It'd be so expensive or so difficult for rabbits.
He thinks
to,
our shit's a Maltesers.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't know what a Malteser is because
Yeah, that's what a stupid thing I said.
Yeah, very stupid.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I think we've got enough flesh on the bones of Crusher to actually delve into this story and take it to the next level.
Do we not want to figure out what he wants?
What does Crusher want? What's their ambition? What's the dream?
Well, maybe there has been a situation where the rabbits have taken them aside and said that they are not rabbit, even though they're more than welcome forever. So then they've curiously, they maybe want to know about their parents.
Yeah, maybe they've got like
Right.
a blanket or something
Said-
that was left by the mum. It's
got a
like-
basket.
A tattoo.
Yeah.
A tattoo.
A little
It
mark
says
off the
like
mother.
Sandra on it.
Yeah.
The mum's name.
Yeah, it says it's half. It says sand,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then they might.
There wasn't enough arm. It's a baby,
Yeah.
isn't it?
What
You know
about
what I mean? It's like size 4 font.
They can only do one font.
Yeah. I like the idea of the baby getting tattooed as like an emblem so the parent can like find them later.
So it says sand.
Yeah, sand. Yeah, I like that. Happy with that?
Yeah,
so
sounds
it's
Like a family crest, like an emblem.
Right, he's got a coat of arms.
What an intense tattoo to them.
Like a coat of arms.
Coat of arms.
yeah.
It's so funny.
I like it. Just like a. Who plays in, around Skegness? What teams?
Skegness.
Skegness FC.
Skegness. It's a FC badge.
Probably
there.
Hull, probably the biggest team.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Right, okay. I reckon we pick up one of the green ones, Harriet. And where there is a blank, we're going to say the name Crusher.
Crusher was assembling IKEA furniture, but was missing a crucial piece.
I
Go on.
quite like the idea of that because he, albeit thinks he's a rabbit, he probably still has like normal human furniture. You know what I mean? And maybe he's assembling a new bed.
No, but what would they have compared to the rabbits? Opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
So they would be able to assemble furniture that has just been left.
The rabbits have said, look,
That's the one difference.
it's time you get your own hutch. Okay. You need to build it yourself.
Yeah. Let's get one more and then we can decide. So one more, Harriet.
Crusher ended up on a blind date with their boss, the boss of the rabbits.
Yeah. Right, okay.
I think we go with furniture.
So we're going with the IKEA furniture.
Yeah.
Right, let's lock that in. And also, we're going to pick up a red one, and that's going to be the end of our story, Harriet. So, in the red pot.
The door was locked forever. Oh, that's like metaphorically.
Yeah, the door was
yeah,
locked forever.
yeah.
Right, okay. I like that.
Imagine
I
if
like
he goes
that.
back to the warren and they're like, no.
Well, this is it.
They've assembled the door.
Yeah, they filled it in with cement.
Yeah, so I think maybe that's. I don't want to take the lead of the story, but like you start. Maybe that's how it starts. Like they're like, you're actually a human, and we can prove it to you by you need to put up this chest of drawers.
Well, maybe it's that thing, isn't it? Like Crusher has been in the hutch in the Warren, and obviously outgrown it, and it's like, right, if you're going to stay with us, you're going to need.
Reinforce the warren, so then they get so then they go, because I love this, I watch this on TikTok where people go bin diving,
bin dipping,
and then so they go to an IKEA one and there's all furniture, and then maybe they use it because they say you're, like you said, you're taking up too much space in the warren and it's getting a bit crumbly by the time you've stretched your business out, so gonna have to reinforce it with some wood that you find in the IKEA biff.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And I like how Crusher is 8 years old and they're saying, practically join this together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Absolutely zero carpentry skills. Or is it because he's been raised by rabbits?
Well, compared to a rabbit, they would have a lot of
No, but what I'm saying is, it's like, how have they sort of developed skills because they've been living with rabbits, which they wouldn't have developed as a human? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like when you lose your sense of sight, your hearing gets better. If you're living with the rabbits, what improves in lieu of, like, obviously social skills?
I reckon they can, like, a piece of wood, they can, like, carve it into they can a statue in, like, seconds. Like, it's like the Mona Lisa.
Like Edward Scissorhands with the bushes, but with the
well, because I'm just thinking, to keep it in the reality of the story, maybe instead of them finding stuff in the IKEA bin, they find an IKEA sort of blueprint for a piece of furniture, and obviously grab that. Yeah. And because they take it back to the rabbits and like, look, build this, and they use wood from the woods. You know what I mean? Gnaw it together and they knock it up themselves. Yeah. So you know what I mean?
Great idea.
Yeah, I just think that makes the most sense in this scenario.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. And
so
then
this guy has found IKEA instructions.
You keep saying guy and he.
Sorry, they.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, right. This
Gender neutral, Crusher.
Yeah. Accept it.
I have accepted it. Crusher goes into the woods.
Yeah.
And constructs an exact replica of what he's found in an IKEA instruction manual.
Yes, exactly. But there's crucially, there's a missing piece.
Yeah,
and maybe on the instructions, it was sort of like missing on that. So the quest is to go and find that missing piece, and on the way, learns about
life.
All that inspires them. They're like, this bit will take 2 people, and they go to the rabbit and go, I need a person. They'll be like, actually, you are a person, and the only way you're going to be able to progress. It's like elf's a really good analogy. Like, you need to go and find, and then they'll show them like a blanket and be like, this was your mum.
What if when he gets the manual, right? The IKEA manual, right, has little stick men in it, doesn't it? Like people. Imagine if he opens it up and he's like, that's me.
They.
I can't wait for this whole episode.
Right, okay, they. Crusher opens it.
You better cancel your do a show, imagine. You're getting cancelled, fella. Yeah.
Right, so the Crusher finds the manual.
Yeah.
And the stick people.
Yeah. I'll say it again. In my head, it's the lad downstairs that just pointed at a toilet, right?
Yeah, did you ask them what they were?
He was a wizard.
They was a wizard. Next week, suspiciously, it's me.
You can put this out.
A bead of sweat.
I know, mate. Yeah. I know, I'm a straight white man. I'm struggling here, okay? You know what I mean?
I've just texted Brett saying cancel you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The caption on this, Harry can't do pronouns.
You'll be doing Les Dawson soon, you.
Right, okay, so go on. So Crusher has looked at the IKEA manual.
And they...
Yeah, well done.
I've opened it up and thought, that looks like me. You know what I mean? Like, they look like me.
Look like me.
Yeah.
Then there's a song.
And
I think I see it as like almost like an animation cartoon type story.
Well, you just said there was a musical number.
Yeah.
At that point.
And I think it could be dead simple. Like if you imagined it was like a kid's cartoon. They've opened up this manual, which is from IKEA, and it is just 2 people. And the instructions, it's obviously like you need 2 people to build this. Yeah. And it's that simple thing of like, I need to find another person to help me in my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe they don't know other people exist.
Well,
they're like, what do you mean there are other people?
Yeah, and the rabbit sort of like go that like and guide him. Maybe they get in a line and they go follow us.
For the listener there, Lewis just did a rabbit giving instructions completely non-verbal by chewing his top lip, right? So if you've ever seen a rabbit going, that means another person's needed, right?
Right, so Harriet, so let's imagine Crusher, they're on the way into the centre of Skegness. They've been guided to the edge of the forest by the rabbits. What is their first port of call? Bear in mind they are 8. I don't know what they're wearing. What are you thinking clothes-wise?
Pantaloons.
Right.
Braces. And what do they have in a beer keller? The
Lederhosens.
Lederhosen.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, yeah.
You mean Lederhosens?
Finally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Got there,
you're
mate.
getting it. Just bring the mic a bit closer, Harriet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Scooch it
So,
forward with the couch.
okay, he's got them on. They've got them on. And
Right.
they come out the woods.
And they say, where will I find someone else for this? And then the rabbits say, because they go, oh, who on earth could I find? And they go, well, you are connected to some people, and then that's the inn.
We're not going to tell you who.
No. I think you're right there, Harriet. I think obviously they've still got the mark. They've got the emblem.
Yeah.
What if it's there and they've never seen it because they've never been in the mirror?
Yeah, it's on the back of the shoulder.
And on the way out of Skegness, they pop up at Weatherspoons for a wee and then see it in the mirror.
And they're like, oh.
The thing is, everything is going to be so fascinating to them. Do you know what I mean?
Do they hop everywhere they go?
Yeah.
No, like in what's the one Split with James McAvoy and Bruce Willis, where he bounds on all fours.
Okay,
that is what Crusher moves like.
Okay, yeah.
Bear in mind, it's also 1999, so there wouldn't really any social media capturing any of this.
True.
That's quite funny. Yeah.
Yeah, papers would have still been big then, and local paper definitely.
I love the fact that you made reference to a film. We like thinking kids animation, and you've referenced a film where a guy has split personality disorder, as if to be like, does he hop? No. Feral, right? Right, just bounding. I know exactly what you're on about when he becomes the beast. It's a good film, that.
So the rabbit goes like, you need to go to this town, and it's Skegness. Like, this is where you'll find the answer to what to
all your
to who you are.
problems.
Yeah, to who you are. And at the moment, they've gone into Skegness. They've walked past the spoons. I think someone's clocked the emblem on the back of the shoulder.
Yeah.
And they've almost said, come with me. Or collected them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just throwing things out there.
One of them cages that you take rabbits in there. You're like, boy, I'll get in the cage, will you?
I'm just thinking, as someone... It would be strange if you was in Weatherspoons and you see a kid, 8-year-old, wearing lederhosen, jumping around the place. You know what I mean? That'd be
I don't think that
bizarre.
would be that weird in
would it not? Because
it's Skegness Weatherspoons. I think that'd be the one place you'd be like, well, yeah.
It's like it was that famous video of that pub where there's all those people.
The guy walks.
I like the idea of it not just being general Skegness. They've walked into Butlins. You know what I mean? They're in a crazy group of people, so them being dressed like that actually isn't that mad.
Yeah, they think it's a stag do. Well, kids go there. It's like a big family thing as well, Butlins isn't it? So people are all dressed up. It's not that strange that a kid is hopping around everywhere. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think there's a Croatian hook performing.
Oh yeah, we've done a story where it ends up at Skegness before, believe it or not.
What?
So this could overlap. Okay, so they're in Skegness, right? Do you think they bump into anybody here, like a member of staff, or I think they've got to either make a friend on this journey?
Well, that's what you just said, isn't it? That as they're walking past, someone outside having a cigarette notices the emblem and says, "Are you part of the clan?"
Montagues.
Yeah.
Go on.
I got an idea. Right. So, just the reason Crusher was put in a basket and sent down the river was because they're a bastard, right?
How do you know that? They've not even got to know him.
Yeah, child out of wedlock, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think the coat of arms it would have damaged the reputation of that family.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
is it a royal family, do you think, or like a council estate family?
No, what if it was like the daughter of the owner of Butlins had an affair with the son of the head of Pontins.
Right, okay, yeah, so it's like Montague's Capulets.
Yeah. Would you like that?
static caravans.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Did you like that idea?
I
Adds a bit of
think so.
tension.
I don't know whether I like more of a really like a regal royal.
Okay,
well,
go
Right,
Regal.
okay,
I
yeah.
don't know,
So it's your story.
but I don't know.
If we weren't like a big royal affluent family, say it was just connected to the monarchy, right? And yeah, it would have damaged the reputation because the mum had an affair with, or had a relationship with. I'm trying to think of like maybe it was a redcoat at Butlins.
Yeah, someone called Phil at Butlins.
Yeah, and
This
that's
is like that night with all the rumours with Prince Harry, wasn't it? It was saying that it was that James Hewitt because Harry looked like him, and so everyone was saying that Diana slept with James Hewitt. But apparently this is like with the Kardashians as well, that they say that Khloe Kardashian is the daughter of Otis. Not Otis Redding.
O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Otis
Really?
Otis
Simpson,
Redding.
the Rock of the Boat.
Otis
Yeah.
Simpson.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, it's Redding died in a plane crash. Yeah, he did, yeah, with the Big Bopper and Buddy Holly. But are we going down the route of monarchy?
I like this. I like the monarchy idea.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe they were visiting Skegness.
Are we saying it is potentially the child of Prince Harry?
the child of Prince Harry
Yeah.
in 1999.
What was he?
Oh, no,
was-
fictional.
Hey,
is
his-
it
his-
fictional
his mum died in
royal-
Or we do-
97.
It's a fictional rule. This is fictional rule.
Fictional royalty.
Yeah, fictional royalty. Okay, so let's.
Maybe we could like the Dutch royal family. Something like that, just a different royal family.
Oh, that's why they're wearing lederhosen.
Yeah, and also from Skegness, you
Subconsciously.
go straight across the water, you end up in Holland.
There you go. Facts. Only spit facts on this
I
pod.
do. Yeah, we know. I know ferry routes like the back of my hand.
So they're going through Butlins. Someone's having a cig. They notice the shoulder, and they notice the emblem because they were the friend of the person that had a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah, but-
Heinz Schnitzel.
Sorry,
yeah,
Heinz.
Heinz Schnitzel.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is probably the most German name for a Dutch guy, but we'll go with it. I like it.
Royal families are all in. mixed
Yeah,
in
they're all
together,
at
aren't
it.
they? They're all.
I think we get a prompting.
Right. Okay. Can we just
You need a property. What did you say?
A prompt.
Oh, a prompt.
prompt? But I think before we do that, let's just establish where we're at. Just recap it. Go on.
Right. Where we're at, okay, is this 8-year-old non-binary child called Crusher has been raised in a warren by rabbits for 8 years, right?
Put it like that. It sounds
And
silly.
yeah. And one day has stumbled across an IKEA manual, opened it up and thought, fuck me, they look like me. The rabbits have said, you need to construct the furniture in this manual with another they. And you need to go and find them.
Say another person.
Yeah. Mate, I'm on it
So
now.
weird
They,
about
them. They're the only nouns I'm using. And they have set off on this journey out of the warren from the woods in Skegness. That's where they've set off from, right? The woodland in Skegness.
Yeah, Skegness Woods.
And as the trees have parted, they've seen the canopy of Butlins bounce to, not bounce, how do they move?
Bounded.
Bounded, that's it.
Bounded over.
He can, yeah. Bounded over. A red coat having a fag has caught a glimpse of their shoulder and thought, that coat of arms looks so similar to Hans Schnitzel's family, who originate from Holland, and I'm pretty sure my friend from years ago was nobbing her. Right, okay. That's the story.
Also,
Right.
like, Hans is definitely a boy's name.
Yeah, but it's a woman. It's a woman's. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
No.
The royal person is
Maybe
male or
Hans-
female.
But maybe Hans was the one who got the red coat pregnant. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's a female. Who's the royal person? The mum or the dad?
The dad.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
the dad. Yeah. So the mum
Yeah, 'cause
was
men are-
was
men
a
are
was a
still
blue
going to
coat,
walk out.
a red coat. Sorry.
Right. So the mum's a red coat at Butlins.
Yeah.
Right. We've got there then. Right.
Yeah.
So right.
If this is your first time checking out the podcast, this is a mental story, right? Okay, but that's where we're at. Okay, they're in Butlins, they're bounding around, and they are looking for someone that fits the description of an IKEA.
Yeah. They're just looking for a partner who can build
Yeah.
this sort of little
Yeah.
warren with them.
Looking at people going, nah, you're not big enough.
Right. Okay.
Oh, so they're not looking for the
No,
person.
I think the red coat notices that on them.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So The Crusher is going for one thing, which is to find a friend or like partner in this building.
Find out who he is, who they are.
Who they are, yeah.
Well, because it asks the person smoking a cigarette, but then the person's not got any fingers.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's smoking with a...
Do you know, like, do you know,
just stuck it in.
do you know when you see someone playing a harmonica on a guitar? I think they've got one of them on, and there are cigs, and there are like 6 discarded ones, and he just puts a pack of 20 in. Panpipe or set fags, and we'll just see them off individually, right? And
It's a woman.
it's a woman, yeah. And
You wouldn't know.
yeah.
That's not a
How
person from Butlins.
does she light him?
She just over a naked flame.
There's always a bin burning.
She actually strikes him on the cookie. She uses her elbow, gets the striker going, and then twists.
Yeah, I reckon the palms are that rough that they can light a match.
If anything,
She's got no hands.
They've got palms.
Oh, right.
They have no fingers. Yeah.
and
Right.
I think the kid's gone past Crusher, and she's gone, excuse me, can you just refill me panpipe of fags?
But Crusher doesn't speak any language, so I think we've got to have a bit of a montage where this person teaches them, English.
I reckon we get to that.
Okay.
I think before we build that relationship between the Redcoat, whose name we haven't decided yet, and Crusher, we have a prompt. So if you pick up one of the other ones, Harriet, and we're just going to try and integrate this into the story.
Oh, they needed to get something to eat. They're starving.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So the Redcoat, let's put a name on her. What's the Redcoat's name?
Melissa.
Yeah.
Melissa. Right, okay.
Good name.
Kind
Melissa
name,
is trying to strike up a fag. She's got no fingers to do so. She says, "Oi, you, come over here."
And she's
Yeah, she's feral. The Redcoat isn't feral. Crusher's feral. So Crusher's come over. What's the Redcoat said? In fact, let's play it out.
Okay.
You're going to play Crusher, Harriet,
Yeah.
and you're going to play the Redcoat with the fags in the mouth. Harmonica of fags.
Okay. I think you're a punter here.
okay.
You're an innocent bystander.
Okay. I like
Right,
it.
okay. So Crusher's just bounded past scene.
Excuse me, boy. They, them.
But how would they know it was they or them at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just trying to be offensive here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the fact that you them eyes. Excuse me. I've got no fingers, and I'm.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hello. Hello. I've got no fingers.
Seeing a Redcoat. 6 of harmonica of 6. Excuse me.
Panpipe.
Panpipe of 6. Excuse me. Excuse me. I've got no fingers.
Yeah, fair enough. Right, okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I always open with a fact about myself.
Right.
I've got no fingers.
Come on.
I love Taggart.
I'm trying to do this.
No, go on, you've got this. Go on.
Excuse me, right? I've got no fingers, and I'm dying for another smoke. Can you please just set up my panpipe of fags, please? You're wild, aren't you?
But that noise translates to, you want to be speaking to Tony, because Tony is the rabbit with magic powers. So then Tony comes and breathes fire at you. So
Right.
then sets your
Okay.
your panpipe.
Okay, so I get flamethrowed by another rabbit. Okay, and then do you have any dialogue with me?
Well, I do, but I'm select who I talk to, and I don't
Right.
trust you yet.
Okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? I wouldn't if I was.
If
Hello.
you opened with,
Yeah,
I don't have any
no fingers.
You wild you are.
That's rude.
Insults them instantly. Yeah. After scaring them.
You wild you, aren't you? Fucking hellfire.
Sweating.
Right, okay.
Right.
What I like about that, Harriet, is so she can Crusher can summon rabbits. Summon the rabbits, which was part of their pack.
Yo, they
Of
just
course.
They've got skills.
they just burrow up.
Yeah, they burrow up when needed.
Like whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
they
you
just
got
appear in the middle of the
a
street.
network of tunnels beneath you.
Yeah, I like this. So it's like, I need fire, summon the fire rabbit from the community.
Fire rabbit. Twisted fire rabbit.
Melissa's fags all get lit, burns a tash off as well. And
You saved me a job. I've been struggling with that for ages.
Yeah.
Since I lost my fingers.
right, okay,
And
right.
notice the coat of arms on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And I think there's a...
Go on, you notice it.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
that's where the punter goes.
Yeah.
It goes, oh, is that the crest of the
What's
royal family?
Yeah, what's your name? Crusher. Right, okay. Yeah. Well, you've got a little thing on you. Do you know what that is? That coat of arms. That's that relates to the Dutch royal family.
House of Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you know there was a rumor that there was a girl that went missing 7 to 8 years ago. Around here, there was a rumor from the fair.
Who are you telling?
You're a punter.
Crowd.
Yeah. You're
Oh yeah, sorry, that's weird. Yeah. Out of all the things you've just done, me going. Oh yeah, there was a lady that went missing round here.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. There was a rumor that when the Prince of Holland came to stay, Hans van Snitzel, whatever his name was,
Right.
that he had the fair with your mate Sally.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So
Yeah.
I've been coming here for 20 years.
Sally-Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and apparently they're a kid.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and she's got to look at Sally-Anna.
Yeah.
They've got to look at Sally-Anna.
Yeah, for the listener, just so you're aware, Harriet is doing a very good rabbit. Okay, if you can hear the sound effects, they are spot on. I don't know what they sound like through there.
They sound
but
very
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
There's not a squeaking in your headphones. Or anything,
Okay, so I think at this point, I think I would be like, I'm like, I know your mum.
Yeah,
I know your mum.
I think the mum died.
I can take you to her.
But no.
I can take you to her. Right, okay. Still not saying anything to me.
No, this is where I think we need like a bit of a montage of like.
And now she thinks she can trust you because you're kind. So
Yeah.
they think,
Yeah, right,
So-
okay, so what, right, so to build the trust, what has Melissa given to Crusher in order to establish some connection? Because obviously Crusher is non-verbal, it seems.
A fag.
You give them a fag, is there
Yeah.
anything else you could
They're
give them?
eight.
No food. Well, they were starving, hungry, so you need to.
Yeah,
give that-
yeah,
that-
the
Oh,
hung- yeah.
You've got on you a Dairy Dunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or a pack of
I-
carrots.
do I-
That's been mackies.
Of all the foods for Melissa to have with no fingers, Dairy Dunkers are probably the most difficult.
Yeah.
But panpipe it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Smokes a cigarette, takes it out, puts a Dunker in.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So
maybe that's it. Melissa has smoked. I don't know why I'm putting my hands behind my back for Melissa. Melissa has smoked all the fags on the panpipe. Crusher, stick these Dunkers in, will you? And she says, you can have one as well if you want. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah, and they'll never taste food like that before because they've only ever eaten like rabbit
Yeah.
food, so they'll be like, "Wow, this is the best thing I've ever tasted."
Yeah. Addiction.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Melissa has now gathered Crusher.
Yeah.
Where are they taking Crusher to? Whereabouts are they taking?
So where's the mother?
They know where the mother of this bastard is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about him like that, Lewis.
No, but that is what the
I'm
sto-
joking.
What do they do? Is she okay, do you think?
Melissa or the mum?
No, the mother.
What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's why I thought maybe they died, and that's why you have the link to the
It's
Dutch
never
king.
going to
Then
be well if you've been sent down the river.
I got an idea. What if the mum is alive and well, but she works at Pets at Homes? You know what I mean? The idea of taking your 8-year-old Crusher, which is looking and behaving like a rabbit.
yeah. No, I think we need to get to that regality of it. I think we need to get to the royal family. I think that's the exciting bit, isn't it? I
Right.
think-
Essentially, what we've said is that Melissa knows who this king or prince was shagging, and it was his mate. It was her mate, Sally-Anna.
Yeah.
That's who. Yeah. And she knows where she lives because she's from Skegness. Yeah. So, but where is Sally-Anna right now? Where is she taking Crusher to?
Where do you think, Harriet?
The post office.
The post office.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she works there?
No.
She's just dropping off stuff.
She hangs out there.
She hangs out there. She hangs out around the shops.
What she does, so that is actually the connection between Sally-Ann and the rabbits, because Sally-Ann is in the post office, but has, you know, that big square grey box that they throw parcels in, when Sally has actually made a hole underneath there and is taking, when the boxes go in, she's taking them and then selling them. That's like, you know, on eBay where they go, have a parcel for a mystery parcel for £5.
Yeah, right.
That's what she's done. Yeah.
But this is 1999, so this is quite new. This is like
She's a trailblazer.
Yeah. She's ahead of her time. If anything.
That's a username.
Trailblazer.
Yeah.
Right, I like this. So essentially, to simplify it for the listeners, she's pretty much hiding in post boxes, the equivalent of when the post comes in, she's taking it, selling it on.
She's in like her own warren.
Yeah.
She's in her very own warren.
Yeah.
And a natural flair for digging.
So in a way, all of us are in our own warren.
Yeah.
So right, okay. So
there.
let's jump. Let's just sort of like zoom out a little bit further, back to the relationship between the regal. Is it a king or a prince?
Yeah, maybe
What do you reckon?
Maybe we have a flashback
King.
here.
It's a king.
Yeah.
So the king maybe was on his stag do when he was like he was going to get married to the queen, but he's thought, you know what, I need a stag do. Someone's gone over to the Netherlands and said, look, I've heard of this place called Skegness.
Yeah, you want to go to a place called Butlins.
Yeah.
It's very good. They have all sorts. They have a cage and, you know...
you're desperate to get cancelled this episode. Yeah,
Benny's
right.
Feach.
So, yeah.
That's a pretty good Dutch accent.
I think it's great.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Exactly.
You give me a list of gigs you've got next 6 months, I'll take them all for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gigged in Holland, been in Eindhoven.
Oh, actually, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. Very starey.
But that's the story. So I reckon we could say that the king went on his stag do to Butlins.
Yeah, well, maybe he did, because a lot of royal marriages are arranged.
Right.
So maybe he actually didn't want to marry the queen, and like he actually fell in love with Sally-Ann on this a holiday romance, and he was like.
I think it was an adult weekender.
Yeah.
I think it was like a wild weekend, and they've all gone dressed up and
Yeah.
I think what's happened is he's got absolutely leathered and they've all left him, and then he's been like trying to get back to where they're staying, and then he's leant against the post box, fell in, and that's where he's seen her.
Right, okay. I like that. So
she wasn't even like ready for like any sort of sex.
No, it fell on her lap.
Yeah, it just fell right on top of her.
And she looked at him, she went, I'm not selling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, maybe they have that like thing in films where they have like an instant connection.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But what the fuck are you doing under the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the one time he's ever felt like out the limelight.
I like the idea of the
Yeah.
Maybe
post.
that's what it is. Maybe it's like he's in there. He's like, this is the only place I feel like I'm not judged or I'm not in the limelight. Because when you're royal, you've always got cameras on you and everything.
Is it like, you know, that scene in Harry Potter where it's, I think it's the Quidditch World Cup, and they put a tent up and it looks dead small, but they go inside and it's actually pretty big.
Yeah.
I've never seen Harry Potter.
Well, imagine I put my hand in this cup and on the other side of it, it's massive.
Yeah.
Right.
But this in this post box, he falls in. Oh, he thinks it's tiny, but it's a pretty big house in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
If
like
we're going
the
with
TARDIS.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Or he's gone for a whiz in the post box. He's felt something on the other side, grab it, and she's pulled him in.
God, this guy.
Why is not?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, whoa, what's going on?
By his little schnitzel.
Took him by the schnitzel.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, she pulls him in, knob first.
I'm just thinking,
Right.
it's like,
So this is just for the listener. This is a flashback to how it happened.
this is a flashback to that
okay.
fateful night when Crusher was conceived.
Yeah, and then they made. Yeah, she was like, "Your knob's already out. Let's use it."
Like, I'm just trying to think, how does that...
I think
You know what, Harriet?
Yep.
You're going to play the mother.
Right.
Harriet, you're the regal king. You're King Schnitzel. You've just been pulled into the post box
By your knob.
by knob first.
Hey,
Yeah.
Talking to her, not me.
didn't expect this to be inside the post box with my willy out. Oh, you're a rabbit as well, eh? How long have you been down here, huh?
I've been here for, do I say, oh, am I from Skegness? I've been down here for 20 years.
You have a lovely voice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think you're a very beautiful woman, and I'm actually here on my stag do. But yes,
I hate the Queen.
I hate the Queen, but I love post. I'd very much like to spend the night with you in the post box.
And that's a ruffle some paper.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell you what, because delivery's not till 9 in the morning, and that's when they'll route around the packages. So we can figure something out and have a little bit of a cuddle.
Little bit of a cuddle, eh? Nice.
Nice.
Cool.
And then, well, how did she lose her fingers, do you think?
Oh, no,
Because does she have fingers at
No,
this
but that's
point?
her mate, though, isn't it? Losing her fingers.
It's the
remember?
Redcoat losing the fingers. Yeah.
I've got confused.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're lost in the madness of it. But I reckon there's an embrace, and
Yeah.
it's like on a bed of letters.
Letters?
Yeah.
Love letters.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
the red-
Oh,
yeah.
I said lettuce.
No,
Lettuce.
letters like.
No,
letters.
you know what? It is lettuce. For some reason, it is lettuce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Keeps the letters fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's like a psychedelic scene
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
The lettuce leaves.
Exactly. They're all falling down around them, and
So maybe then she's maybe skip to 9 months later.
and
She
like
has the baby,
yeah.
She has the baby.
and she contacts him,
She
Yeah.
contacts the king,
and
saying,
he's like, "I'm sorry, I can't have anything to do with that. It was the best night of my
Yeah.
life."
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
maybe like just the wildest night. He's maybe off his face completely, and it's just been crazy for him. And he's like, yeah, I can't have anything to do with this.
Yeah, I've only just become the king.
Yeah.
I can't have a scandal like this coming out.
Yeah.
And then that's when she's like, "Well, I can't support a
I
baby."
can't support this baby. It doesn't.
Hey, I have an idea. You could put the baby in a basket
Yeah.
and send it down the river,
Have you read the Old Testament?
and hopefully it will be picked up by some accommodating rabbits, and they will take it into its warren and raise it.
Yeah.
And she's like, that sounds ridiculous, but she does it anyway, and that is
Yeah.
actually what happens.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe the Prince of Egypt has just come out that summer as well, and she just watched it in the cinema.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I remember that from that film. I could do that.
Right, okay, so fast forward back again. We've established a relationship. Sally-Anna is now being met by Melissa, who has brought Crusher.
Yeah.
And Melissa says, look, this is your...
Oh, that's mad.
Alexa, off. So Crusher is now presented to Sally-Anna at the post box. Sally-Anna and Melissa are having a conversation. How does that go? Who's playing Ben, you play Sally-Anna.
Okay.
You're going to play... no, Harriet, you play Sally-Anna. Ben, you're going to play Melissa. No fingers.
Yeah.
And Harriet, you're going to play Crusher. You can just be silent if you want. But you're going to explain how you've just found the
How does
child.
Sally-Anna talk again?
However you want, mate.
Okay. I'm Sally-Anna.
You're Melissa.
I'm Melissa.
Harriet, Sally-Anna.
I recognise them knobs anywhere.
I tried not without fingers. Sally. It's just called Sally. Oh, my Sally.
You're Melissa.
Oh,
You
Sally. Sally.
Hiya, love.
I got a surprise for you.
Oh, what is it?
Remember
Last time I had one of your surprises, I ended up with diarrhea.
Yeah, well, last time I had one of your surprise, I lost my fingers.
I paid £5 and won a letter bomb.
Yeah. You told me to put my hand. You told me to put my hand inside the machine. It chopped my fingers off.
Yeah.
I don't know why I tried it twice. Letter bomb. A small letter bomb. Yeah, I got a surprise for you. Remember that kid you put in the water
Got a surprise for you.
8 years ago? Remember?
Yeah, but keep your voice down.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, they've turned up. They're here.
You're bloody joking.
Here, look just like you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, look, just introduce yourself. But they only speak rabbit.
Oh,
So we need to solve that
typical
pretty
from
quickly
my
in the
mum's
story.
side.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know what she will like. Well, we need to sort that pretty quickly just for the relevance in the story and context. Probably it would help us if they suddenly learn English. That'd be really great.
Right. You're right, Crusher. Do you know any English?
Believe it or not, I do.
Oh, so you've just been ignorant the whole time we've been together.
Excuse me, don't speak like that about my son.
Listen, I lost my fingers because of you. You owe me 10.
That's true.
One of the
I'm
things they
sorry.
taught me in the Warren was sometimes it's best to listen rather than talk.
Oh, when did you get so judgy?
But I've got questions.
Yep. Oh, it's so lovely to see you. I feel like I sound like Steph Todd.
Yeah.
You put me in a basket and you sent me down the river.
I didn't know you then, and I can tell now that you're so lovely. And I think that's because you've been raised by rabbits, not by me.
You think she had it bad? I got sent down mines. Water's not that bad.
I felt so lost the last 8 years, living in the darkness, moulded by it.
This child is so well spoken.
Yeah, I learned to read.
I love it, yeah.
I got my knowledge from reading the back of bottles of pesticides, which was dispersed all over the field and has decimated the rabbit community. You put me in a basket and you sent me down the fecking river.
Do you know what, though? I can now spend the rest of my life making it up to you. And, you know, a little rabbit told me that you need to have another human to help you with building an IKEA box furniture thing. And I can help you with that. And it would be my honour to help you and to try and put right what is so wrong.
I think, if anything, it's not about rebuilding this furniture. It's about rebuilding this relationship. But I'm not sure if I'm open to that.
Do you mind if I interrupt 1 sec?
Oh, bloody hell.
I just read it paper here. It says King of Holland. Remember him?
Oh, that little schnitzel.
Oh, well, that's not what you told me. Best night of your life, you told me. Anyway, apparently, he's not got an heir. And I know you're a rabbit, but you could be the heir. Yeah.
Well,
The heir to the Dutch throne.
I thought it was like a hair to the Dutch
yeah.
throne.
It was intentional.
yeah, it was.
right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really good.
yeah. I enjoyed
It's off the
that.
cuff, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so have you told her who her dad is?
Eh?
Have you told her who the dad is?
They.
Yeah, sorry, I got lost. You know, as
How does the mum know, though, at this point?
I can just sense these things,
Right.
you know. When
Yeah.
when it's your child,
Yeah.
you can feel it in your waters.
Yeah.
In 1999 as well is impressive.
Oh, yeah.
But no, yeah. Have you told them who dad is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's my father?
No, it is the King of Holland.
Who is it? Oh, it's just King of Holland. Yeah.
The king of Holland.
Ein Schnitzel.
That explains why I like orange carrots.
Yeah. There's no need to be racist.
Yeah.
Listen, she's just trying to help you.
You were brought up better than that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? yeah.
Yeah, she works at the post office. Yeah.
Right, but I like the idea, right? So we've got like 5 minutes to wrap the story up, I'd say. I reckon mother and child now go on a journey to Holland. Because obviously our last line, the red line, is the door was locked forever. So I imagine them getting to the palace, little journey together, and them trying to reconnect with the father, but obviously the father rejecting them once they see what has been brought to the door.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean?
I would prefer
Go for it.
them not even going there, because to say I've got my family with the rabbits. If you
Right.
want to try and make it up to me, Sally-Anna, then maybe my door will be a little bit ajar, but I don't need some guy that didn't want me then. But I'm willing, so I'm not going to go on a pilgrimage, but I will. But if you want to be in my life, you shall bloody hell work hard for it, but I am open to that.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I do like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
So
like...
the door's locked forever for the father.
Right,
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they meet, and all they care about is the heir.
What part of the door is locked forever
Yeah.
do you not understand?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but he don't care about loving them, or he just interested
No,
in
because what I'm thinking is that what we're saying is that story, that element of the story is gone. So they're not going to go and find the father because that door is
Right.
locked forever.
Right, I get that now,
So
sorry.
I think it's more about bringing the mother back to the community of rabbits, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like,
And she's had practice because she's lived in the post box. So it's an easy transition to move in the Warrens.
I've got an idea.
go on.
They were looking for a bigger Warren.
So she moves them in the post boxes.
Yeah.
And that is why, the great big post office scandal was
Yeah.
actually because everyone's letters started getting nibbled
They were
at.
chewing the wires, and that's why the system didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I think that is a very good story. I had some big laughs in that.
Yeah.
Harriet, well done for getting to the end of that. That was
Thank you.
That was very, very funny.
Just a little bit.
My God.
One of the wackiest ones we've had.
I you know what? I'm going to go out. I know Callum Oakley's was wild, which we never actually put out, but I think that could be wilder.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that could be the wildest that we've
Yeah.
had.
Yeah, I think so.
In terms of just pure, unadulterated whimsy.
Yeah.
How
I
did you
like-
find it?
I had a lovely time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely that we all just.
You just roll with it, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to. There's no wrong answer. Like you're
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
and there definitely was no wrong answer in that one.
Highlights for me was obviously Melissa. I thought the panpipes, the cigarette imagery was just insane. The conversation between Crusher and Melissa, you're wild.
Also, we never referenced the magical fire rabbits. Came out of nowhere. Yeah, it just came out. I know. And you know how we'll get ourselves out of this bit of the story? We'll invent a magical fire rabbit, and that'll solve the problem.
And like we said, that they could summon any other type of rabbit,
We
but,
just
but we didn't summon a single other rabbit for any scenario.
we didn't even need to use it, did we? We got like the healing rabbit for the fingers. Yeah,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I did really. I liked Melissa. You played Melissa, Ben. I
Thank
thought
you.
that was
Yeah.
very funny.
Thank you. I think it's one of my strongest characters yet.
Yeah,
Although we're down DeVito.
yeah. The fact
That was so funny.
I liked how quick Harriet said, last thing you gave me was diarrhea when I got something. And then you was like, yeah, my fingers. I said, how did it go?
Last time I was with you, I was like, last time we got you, I lost my fingers.
Imagine me and you going on a night out
Yeah.
without Ben and like losing your fingers.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate. Nightmare.
It'd just be normal. It'd just be normal going in and out without me, you two, wouldn't it? Leave me on my own.
Right, so very funny story, Harriet. This is probably going to make us crack up even more. So what we do with our guests at the end of the story, you have a 1 minute pitch, and we're the,
You're right, then.
we're the executives, and you're coming in and you're pitching this story to be made into a film.
Yeah.
So you have 1 minute to just sort of wrap up what this story was about, and we'll say whether or not we'll invest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, we usually say yes. There's not usually a no at the end.
So you've got 1 minute to tell us what happens. Go.
Okay, I would like to give to you a story that I have that I do think, because it's been a very long time since Watership Down. So
Right.
I think this could be the 21st century. When was that? I don't know.
Yeah.
The Watership Down, because it's less scary and it's really, there's a lot of hidden meanings. It's a story of acceptance, love. There's all sorts of characters that struggle.
Are there any magical animals?
Oh my God! Yes, there is a fire-breathing rabbit,
Wow. Yeah. Well, I'm in. Yeah.
and it's just really a good. I guess it's like Watership Down meets Kindergarten Cop.
Right, okay.
So,
Yeah. So the rabbits in witness protection.
rabbits.
Yeah, the rabbits.
Oh, the rabbits.
I'm hunting bunny
I'm
rabbits.
hunting the rabbit.
/ Jungle Book.
Okay, right.
I love that.
So, and does it involve a royal family?
Yeah, / The
Right.
Crown.
So,
Yeah. Well,
could we call it?
We also don't want to get into any muddy waters, so it isn't the British royal family.
No,
is it?
no, it's
Okay.
Yeah.
it's Heinz Schnitzel
Okay.
of Holland.
That won't offend anybody.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Yeah.
That Dutch fella. So the title could be Watership-Crown.
Oh my God!
Not bad,
Kiss
is
my
it?
face, kiss
Yeah.
my face.
Not
Yeah,
bad, that.
I like that. Right. Well, I'm.
Harry, that was great.
You can work in TV.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Well, I'm liking the pitch. Now we just need a trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And the actors.
No, Harry will.
sorry.
No, Harry will do a great performance in a
Yeah.
second. You'll see it.
Just let's not go too far with it. We'll see what happens.
Go on,
We try to do
Harry.
a voiceover for it every episode, right? Okay.
999.
Yeah, it's 1999. An 8-year-old feral non-binary child lives in a warren. Name Crusher. Raised by rabbits for the last 8 years of his life after being tossed down a stream in a
Their life.
basket.
Their life.
They've come to the conclusion they're not quite like the other rabbits after discovering an IKEA instruction manual. They look down and they see others like them. And them. Yeah, and they assume there must be others like them.
They're them.
Yeah. They set off out of the warren. The warren.
That's been out, Warren. That's what Wabbit's in Warren.
Are you having a stroke? Went out, Warren. Went out, Warren. You sound like me.
They set off out of the warren.
They said,
Do you know what?
I've had the wear.
I've just licked the tip of that. Yeah, on the edge of the woodlands outside of Skegness, they see the canopies of Butlins, knowing that is the direction of truth. Bursting through the doors, they're accosted by a fingerless woman who works at the resort, smoking a panpipe of cigarettes. She says, "You're wild, you." I noticed the emblem on your shoulder. I think that might relate to your mother, the one that tossed you down the stream. Sally-Anna, I'll take you to her. But quickly, can you help me light these cigarettes? Thumper summons a fire-breathing rabbit. Thumper, Crusher.
Can you imagine a fire-breathing rabbit?
Yeah, oh mate, unreal. Out of the ground, lighting the cigarettes, they head off in a cloud of smoke.
Derrily Dunkers as well.
Derrily Dunkers as a snack to go. They arrive at the post office in the centre of Skegness. Looking around, she goes, Sally-Anna, Sally-Anna. Dream sequence. We're taken back to this very post box where the King of Holland, Hans Schnitzel, was pulled in cock first. Onto a bed of letters, this woman milked him for all he had, impregnating her with his heir, their seed, and their secret. Ooh. They make love on a bed of letters. Hans goes back to Holland. Sally-Anna can't quite leave the post office, post box anymore, living underground after realising she's given away her child. It's 8 years later, and she's confronted by Crusher, who comes down into the warren.
Yeah.
Warren?
The post Warren.
The post Warren. Yeah, that's funny.
That's after the Warren.
Yeah. The post Warren.
Post Warren.
That's funny. Yeah, no, she's pre-Warren.
You got pre-Warren, the Warren, and the post-Warren.
Yeah, that's so funny. So they're in the post Warren.
Warren.
Go on, in the post Warren.
She says to her son, "I'm sorry for giving you away. I want to repair this relationship and also build IKEA furniture with you." He says, "Mother," they say, "Mother, I'm open to building furniture with you, and my foot is slightly in the door of opportunity going forward. But for now, the door that my father for coming back into my life will forever be closed."
Oh, yeah.
I think you've done well there, mate.
That was hard.
Yeah, it was a tough story. I think you've done really well.
Do you know what? I add that as a Wes Anderson film.
Oh, yeah.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, that time.
You're struggling.
Oh
I know.
Fantastic.
Are you all right? Do you think the doctor's here?
I don't know. I've licked this microphone about 3 times.
After this, we'll
Right.
go A&E if you want. Just
Yeah.
checked.
This is throwing me so off piece.
It's just trodden me.
Do you know I used to have the biggest rabbit in the Northwest? Do you know that, don't you?
Yeah, it is.
I've never told you that before.
What was it called?
It was called Humphrey Hoppington.
No.
Do you see a picture of him?
Yeah, go on.
I can
What do you mean you had the biggest rabbit in the, like, you weighed
he
it?
was
or-
the largest rabbit in the Northwest.
Like, is in weight or size?
Yeah, but like, how's has he got a medal or?
No, he's dead now. He doesn't have anything. Well, he's a rabbit. He doesn't have any property or anything, did he? So, no, he was the largest rabbit. Went to a competition for the largest rabbit. in the
Right, that's what I
Northwest,
mean. Yeah,
and he
like,
won it.
wow,
Yeah, it was heavier standard, the longest. I'll get a picture of him now.
to knock out all the other rabbits.
It's called Humphrey Hoppington. He was,
Even that fire-breathing one.
he was such a lovely boy.
Never had a rabbit.
Have you not? You could have had this one's.
I don't think they're
honestly,
great pets.
When you see,
Would you have a rabbit?
I used to have a rabbit.
What was it called?
There were 2. There was one called QT,
Right, nice.
and then there was
That's him
one
with my
called
sister.
Jake.
Fucking hell.
Let's have a look at it.
That's him with my sister.
Let's
Wow.
have a look.
Look at the size of that beast.
What?
That's him, and that was his head.
Let's see again.
That is, mate, that's like a dog.
He was bigger than my dog.
Wow. Curse of the
Do
world.
you know when we
rabbit,
got him?
that.
He wasn't done. Imagine that shagging your leg.
Yeah, you don't.
Who's the fuck? Yeah.
Who's the fuck?
Yeah, it was honestly. I was like, "Bloody hell, get off me! I'm gonna lose my leg."
Jesus Christ.
He's like a bit hit by a car.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Humphrey Hoppington.
Humphrey Hoppington.
Yeah, that was his stage name. We just called him Humphrey. He's
Yeah.
really clever, actually. I was convinced he had been turned into a rabbit by a witch because he was really clever, and rabbits aren't usually clever. He used to carry a handbag around the garden.
What?
He was lovely. He used to come and like lie next to you in the garden. He was more like a dog, to be honest. I really miss him.
Right.
What just happened?
I know, yeah. That was wild.
And you
Do you know what?
Quiet for
I know he's kept that quiet for that long.
Yeah.
You could have said that at the start.
Well,
You could have been a character in the story.
You know, the story's about Harriet. It's not about me.
Well, this episode is dedicated to you, Humphrey Hoppington.
Yeah.
Oh, how
Wherever you are.
Yeah, he lived to be 8 as well, which
Up
is
in that-
normal for a rabbit.
Warren in the sky.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Wrap it up, Harry.
We're going to wrap it up. Harriet Dyer. People should go and watch you at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh, that would be nice, yeah.
We're up at the Edinburgh Fringe as well.
Yeah,
We're all
we're
going to
gonna-
be there. So
Wonderful.
We're going to be doing this
Oh, wonderful.
for 2 weeks of live shows.
Oh, great. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
Yeah, imagine if someone was watching this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could enjoy the madness of it. But I hope you've enjoyed the madness of today. We've had a good time. We hope you've had a good time. If you've enjoyed it, review it. We've got 5 stars. We want to keep it that way. Tell someone as well if you've enjoyed it. Don't tell them to watch. Just tell them you've enjoyed it. All right?
Yeah, don't tell them where to find it either.
Yeah. But we will be back next week with another episode. We will be back next week with another episode. Thank you very much for watching. This has been All Made Up with Harriet Dyer.
Thank you.
thank you.
It's all made up again.